I think God sometimes does that for us. It's his plan and it's good, and it was for their good. It was to protect Jesus, to protect them, that they got sent to Egypt, but it probably wasn't the plan they had in mind. It wasn't comfortable. It couldn't have been comfortable. It couldn't have been easy. I am thankful that they got the gifts they got from the Magi. That probably helped when they got there, that they had gold. They had some money. They had a way to kind of take care of themselves while they're, they don't know how long it's going to be. It wasn't very long. Like I said, he died in 4 BC. So if Jesus was born in 6 BC, they were only there for a little while, okay? We don't know how long, but probably not more than a year and a half because of the way the times come out. So they weren't, that's the length. It may not even have been that long. So they weren't a long time in Egypt. But they didn't know that when they went. They were told to go to Egypt. There was no end time given. There was no, and then after so many months, it was when he dies. We don't know when Herod's going to die. I wanted to talk just briefly about this idea of flights to Egypt. They've been told Jesus is the Son of God, that he's the Messiah, that he is going to be raised up to be the salvation of everybody. And then they get told, go to Egypt. And I think that sometimes that happens where we're given a little vision of what God's going to do. And then we're like, oh, cool, this is what God's going to do, right? And the next thing you know, it's like you're on a trip to Egypt. Yeah. You're like, what? That was not in the plan. That was not how I planned for this to go. God, you told me X, and now we're doing this? And I think that happens a lot. In fact, when I look back in the Old Testament, and sometime you get a chance if you haven't read these to read them, but Joseph was told your family is going to bow down to you. You're going to be great. And the next thing he knows, he's on a trip to Egypt as a slave. Take David. Samuel comes and says, you are going to be the next king, and pours oil over his head and anoints him. And then he's in the Saul's court, and he's playing the harp, and then he kills Goliath. Things are going well, right? He's on the road, and the next thing you know, he's in caves hiding out from Saul. A trip to Egypt. Not the plan, and not fun, and yet God uses those things.